With the U.S. presidential election now over, the controversial Keystone oil pipeline is back in the news. It would run from Canada's oil sands fields to the Gulf Coast in the United States. But the idea is generating deep divisions between those who support the project, mainly big business, and environmentalists who say it will destroy sensitive ecosystems and threaten a vital aquifer in the Midwest. CCTV's Nina Donaghy is at the White House with more on the Keystone project. Nina?
Yes, well, on the one hand, Anand, this project could really give America a greater energy independence, but for many interest groups and businesses and residents that live in the path of this proposed pipeline, the cost just seems too great. A 17,000-mile-long pipeline that could create thousands of jobs, energy security, and carry over 800,000 barrels of oil per day. A long-delayed project, stretching from Alberta in Canada through the Dakotas south to the Gulf of Mexico. Its proposed extension, running through the environmentally rich Nebraska sandhills and the Ogallala Aquifer, which supplies 30% of America's irrigation and drinking water, is mired in political point scoring. In January, Republicans pushed Obama to make a fast decision, calculating it would affect his re-election chances.
The president is selling out American jobs for politics.
Their presidential candidate, Mitt Romney, campaigned on approving the pipeline on his first day in office.
We're going to bring that pipeline in from Canada. How in the world the president said no to that pipeline, I will never know.
Obama initially denied the January permit, citing environmental concerns. The builder, Calgary-based TransCanada, revised its proposed route through Nebraska's Sandhills region. The plans were resubmitted in May and were approved.
Stop this dirty pipeline plan!
Environmentalists and clean energy advocates are up in arms over Obama's about turn. Activists from 350.org held a large protest outside the White House Sunday. Also this week, a World Wildlife poll, saying 44% of voters say the government's not doing enough to protect clean air, water and other natural resources. 14% say the government is doing too much, and 65% say political leaders need to act now to prevent future environmental problems. An American petroleum poll, on the other hand, says 75% of voters favour the pipeline, with only 17% against. The Keystone's existing leg, running through the Dakotas, Nebraska, Kansas and Missouri to Illinois, has leaked more than a dozen times, prompting regulators to suspend the oil flow in May and conduct inspections.
And the second big risk is around the greenhouse gas emissions that come from the oil that's being piped through this pipeline. The oil is coming from tar sands in Canada, which is dirtier oil. It produces about 15% more greenhouse gas emissions than conventional oil.
Well, just two of the risks there associated for the environment if this pipeline is completed. But our expert also told us, Anand, that a far worse scenario would be if there was no pipeline at all and the oil was instead transported by rail or road.
Thanks, Nina. Nina Donaghy there at the White House.